Good afternoon, fellow traders. It's Black Coffee Trader coming to you. Today is Tuesday, January the 7th, 2025, and we unfortunately had our first red day of the year. Had about a $200 loss per account on the 17 Apex accounts, which results in about $3,600 red day. This is actually incorrect. There's something wrong with my NinjaTrader commission. This is showing about $220 loss per account, and it actually, if you look at Rhythmic, you can see that it's $211 per account. Is the kind of where that's at. So anyway, I'm not sure what's going on, but there's a little bit of an issue there. So whatever, it is what it is, but we'll try to get it fixed. But nevertheless, we did have about a $3,600 red day on these accounts, but per account, it's not that big, which is fine. And I had told you guys that my goal was this year to really pay attention and to not allow myself to have a major tilt moment. Not saying I won't go on tilt for the entire year. That's probably not realistic. But I want to keep these losses to 200-ish. If I have a red day, I want to keep it to around $200 and not allow myself to have a very big red day where we give back a lot of profit. So, and we're able to do that today. I walked away and I have installed Guardian Angel Trader once again. And so today on my, once we hit this 200 area, I literally went up and hit stop trading for the day and I walked away. So happy about that. Tomorrow these accounts will be in good shape and, no harm, no foul. We move on with life. So that is an important thing, and I think one of the big things that I really need to really be better at is just to focus on not allowing these red days to get crazy. Looking at the accounts that are the trades today, I only took a few, but obviously we had a big move this morning. We had a big sell-off. I think we lost about nearly 500 points in the market today, but I was looking at this yellow line as a key level that I've had on the charts for a while. If you look at the 4-hour, you can kind of see it here. This is the previous all-time high for back in July. And then we had another, broke that all-time high in November, and then we again broke it obviously here end of the year in December, and then we've kind of fallen apart since then. But I was really looking for this to hold, or I was hoping, thinking that this might bounce at this area. And so that's what happened here on this, after this thing really started to fall apart here mid-morning, and this bounced. I decided to go long as a bounce off of the key level there, and I was just a little bit too early at the first entry there. Got stopped out for a $60 loss on 2 micros. No biggie, no big deal. And then one of the best trades I've had in a while on this little liquidity grab. We dipped below here, came back up, and on the move back up again. This is a key level trade for me, bouncing off this level. I took along with 1 micro out for a $75 win. That's a 40-point trade for me, and 40-point trade is a good trade in my opinion. But anyway, got out there, and at that point I was actually green by about $8 per account. So we were down 60-ish and 70-ish on the win. So with commissions, it ended up being about $8 or so per account. So we had a small, very slight small green day. And the way that the market volume volatility was, I was kind of happy with it. I wasn't going to push it too hard. And then I made a mistake that led to a few more mistakes, and that's kind of how the day ended. So what happened here on this first short entry, you see a short entry here. I was wanting to look at my ATM, and I meant to click this on this sell click button, which would display what my order would look like. That's what I wanted to do. I wasn't anticipating or planning on taking this exact short. And I accidentally hit the market order, and it immediately put me in a short position, this first little red arrow that you see. And being a little bit stupid and deciding, I'll hang on to it for a minute, because it just kind of sat there. It didn't do anything. And I thought, well, maybe it'll drop for a little bit and I can get a couple bucks and I'll be out. Well, it ended up stopping me out. And then we had this move up and this wick back down and this candle turn red. And then I told myself, well, gosh, maybe it is going to roll over. And I went short again. Got stopped out again. So 2 quick losses for 120 bucks. Now I'm down on the day, and just kind of because the second order was kind of triggered because I stupidly hit the wrong button here. So you'll have that, I guess. But then I took a long trade after this wicked higher. I took a long trade here and again got stopped out. I was in with a single micro, and yeah, that just kind of wrecked it right there. So I'm okay with these 2 trades. I'm not okay with these 3. And the first one was a complete total mistake and accidental trade, but I should have just killed it when I saw it instead of hanging on to it. And now we have a trifecta of bad trades. So backing up a little bit on this move up, I almost went long right here as we broke these previous highs, and I just didn't feel confident enough to pull the trigger, and I should have. That would have been an excellent trade, and I probably would have been done for the day after that trade had I taken it. But then when we bounced off this level again, we had kind of bounced here, we fell through it, and we retested it. And I told myself this, like, let me back up for a minute. This is a key classic hitchhiker setup. You have a move up. My rules for hitchhiker is a minimum of 3 trending candles. So in this case, green 1, green 2, green 3, and then we have the pullback, the long wick, and I'm looking for a push out of it. And I actually had a buy order sitting right here at the 560, 559, 560 area, and I did not get filled. I was looking for this to push up out of there, and then I felt that it would probably go higher and I could capitalize on that move. That did not happen, and that's why I started looking for shorts, why I was going to hit the sell click button, and this ensued. Now, after that happened, I was still looking for this, and I thought, gosh, if I'd have just been patient and not taken those trades, well, the first one I can't do anything about, and just made a boo-boo there. But I did then, as this thing started pushing out, I put another order here, and I got filled on the first one. We kind of pushed for a little bit, and then we fell apart. We pushed again, I re-entered again, that fell apart as well. Those were on signal micros. I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with having those 2 losses. That's not a big deal. This was the undoing, but at that point I hit Guardian Angel Trader, which I've reinstalled, and shut down my trading for the day. So anyway, keeping the losses to a minimum, I'm going to walk away rather than having a big red day. Now, I do want to show you what really happened then. This, in my opinion, was one of the trades of the day, this short opportunity right here. If you go to ES, this was a to the tick retest of this same kind of yellow level on ES. Here you can see that as an area that I've got marked out on the 4-hour chart on ES. And we hit that and completely rejected it. That would have been an excellent short opportunity. I was obviously done for the day, couldn't take it. The other thing to point out is this low, this yellow line here on ES, this right here is the exact area right here on NQ. So looking at this, and then this high, this yellow line that I've got on the 2150, 550s on NQ is actually this high area on ES. So we were kind of in a bit of a divergence between the 2 indices, and I think looking back, the right move to make was to wait until we either broke below this on ES or broke above this on NQ, which we would have had my original thesis proved out, where if this would have broken out, we would have been there. And so that's why I'm okay with this trade. Obviously, these were just stupid trades, and the real move ended up being a fall apart here. But anyway, hindsight is 20/20, but that's the way the day went, and I'm just glad that I closed out and used Guardian Angel Trader to walk out and leave for the rest of the day and not do any further damage. So that's that. Looking at UProfit, I did have an okay day on UProfit, nothing spectacular, but I did have an okay day. I am up, let me just fix this so we can see it a little bit better. Up to, what was it, 242, up 242 today. So this accounts at 1,500 in profit. Given the fact that a few weeks ago, or whatever, it probably was about a few weeks ago, I was down to $100 left in profit. I almost had blown this account, and I've got it back to 1,500. So that feels good, slowly but surely. We'll try to get this out of where it was at and try to get some more payouts on this account. But anyway, I really capitalized on the big move down today, trading micros on my UProfit account. But that was the win there. And looking at the market as a whole, obviously we have fallen below the high from back in July, and then the new high that we made in November, and then also the new highs that we made back here in December. So we have started to fall below this, and I think on the daily we're flirting with the 50 SMA. This purple line is the 20 SMA, the light blue line is the 50 SMA, and we're bouncing right down into there. So we're kind of at a spot where this really needs to hold and push if the bulls want to play the game. And if not, I do think the bears are going to take control and probably push this thing down higher or down lower, possibly back down to this 21,000, which has been a major level as well. So that'll be something to really watch for. Does the 21,000 hold? If we do see further downside, I'll definitely be looking for that. Right there, you can see it a little bit more clearly on the 4-hour chart. The 21,000s were a resistance area. We pushed through, and it has definitely turned into some major support. So we'll see if that continues to hold out, or if we cannot continue to hold on to the 21,000s. But that's the big picture on NQ. So we shall see how things roll. The rest of the week for me, I'm not going to be taking too many trades. Like I said, I'm going to be traveling kind of in and out. I was not able to trade yesterday, and I think the market's actually closed on Thursday, but I might be able to take some trades Friday, possibly. But I don't expect, I won't have another update. I know I won't have another update until next week. So keep that in mind. We're not going to have another update until then. Let's take a quick look at TradeZella here. What do I have it? Just I don't think I've showed that this year. Here's today on Apex, down 3,600. My average win to loss is pretty good, 1.59, which is something, if you follow my channel for any length of time, you know I pay attention to that. Average win 78 bucks, average loser 49, but overall we had a lot of losing trades, and that ended up with a red day and a red month on Apex. You profit, we are still doing quite well this year, this month so far. I mean, nothing to really write home about, but a couple, consistent $200 wins, up 800 on the year so far. And collectively, if I look at all accounts, down 3,300 for the day. Average win loss is still pretty good. So that is that. And we're down, what, 1,800 for the month over the first couple of days that I've traded. So we can recoup and get out of that. And again, that is why it is so important to walk away when I've got a $200 red day instead of having a $400 or $500 red day. So that is that. Also, by the way, you probably noticed I did put a payout goal here of 100,000 for this year, so we'll see if I can hit it. I feel like it might be a little bit lofty, but the reason I did increase it from what I was thinking to go with 50, but that was towards the end of the year. I was thinking to go with 50,000 as my goal for 2025, but now that I've got 17 accounts, I should be able to get myself to 20. And man, when you have 20 accounts, the leverage is on your side. And, if you can take out, a couple of $500 or $1,000 payouts, it adds up. And so hopefully I can achieve my $100,000 goal. And obviously we'll take you along on the ride this year as we do that. So one last thing before I forget, it is definitely worth noting this take profit deal is ending this Sunday night at midnight. This take profit 40% off and fees refunded on first payout deal is ending. So this is essentially that free account deal that that take profit has. If you pass your eval in one shot and get to a payout, you really get a free account. So that deal is ending this Sunday. If you're needing take profit evals, anyway, that's that. I just want to make sure that you know that. Apex still has the 50% off, and I think the $85 lifetime PA fee is still there. So, but again, code BCT gets you that best deal with Take Profit and Apex. So thank you for those of you using my code. I certainly do appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. If you're new, feel free to like and subscribe, and appreciate the new subscribers. We slowly keep building this thing, and I try to take you along on the trading journey and show you the green, show you the red, and hopefully together I get some accountability and we all learn a few things. So that is that. So anyway, for the rest of this week, trade well. I hope you do very well. I hope you've had a great start to the year, and I will probably have another update at some point early next week. So take care, everyone. Trade well, and so long.